Good evening, my dear friends. Tonight I wish to talk a bit about how to know what you want. What do you want in life? How do you figure out what you want and come to the discovery and self-awareness? Okay, so do you ever have those ideas where you're going along doing something or using an idea that you have and you don't really know if it's a good idea, it's just something you do, but it's because you come across someone else who does the same thing and then you kind of realize, oh, they're a smart person. If they're doing it too, must be a decent idea. That's what happened to me tonight. I was at the temple and I got to hear a story from someone who I trust their judgment. And I love hearing love stories, and this was part of their love story. So what they had done was make basically a pro and con list. A list of reasons that were yes for why they might want to be with that person, and a list of reasons not, which was much smaller. And then they prayed about it. And I am a proponent of pro and con lists all the time for lots of things, lots of reasons, and lots of elements of life. So in this case, it kind of confirmed what already was thought to be a good idea. But I was also thinking, if you're, this was kind of regarding a mate specifically, but if you don't fully know what you want, you might look at someone that you're interested in and make a pro and con list about them. But I believe there's a lot of value in doing the same exercise, even regarding someone that you don't think you'd be interested in. Maybe you're not that attracted to them. Maybe they're ruled out for whatever reason, that they wouldn't necessarily be the right match. But I still think we can learn things from making that list. Even if it's someone who right off the bat, you're like, this is a nice friend, I respect them, look up to them, but it's not a match for whatever reason. I think if this same list were made, reasons in favor of them being a match and not in favor, even if you know they're not, for whatever strong reason, it could be interesting to see, not only making the list, but then prioritizing. Let's say there's tons of reasons why they would be a match, but all those reasons are superficial. Like, oh, I like their hair, they have the eye color I like the way they dress, we like the same bands. None of those really have eternal significance. So you could make a long list, but let's say there was one huge thing on the no list that would hold a lot more weight than 25 things on the yes list that are of small importance. But additionally, I think that by doing these lists, you can find out and figure out that even someone who may not be a match or a mate for you still could have a trait that you really admire, really value, and actually really want in a mate, but you might not have noticed if you hadn't considered them and kind of analyzed what you like and don't like about them. Even, again, it doesn't mean you have to actually consider them as a mate. You could have already decided, nope, they're not a mate. But there is still value in analyzing. It's like analyzing data, You can still learn important things. So I think these days a lot of times we're out of touch with each other, that's for sure, but I think we're also out of touch with ourselves a lot of the time. We could use improvement in self-awareness and also getting back in touch with what we want, getting back in touch with our intuition and our authentic desires for life. So those are my thoughts for tonight. I think it's a great way to get back in touch with what we want, and self-discovery and life discovery. So I hope to know what you think, and if you've tried these things and how it's turned out for you. In the meantime, lots of love and good night.